Hey there, welcome to the UkeStuff channel and welcome to this tutorial video for the play-along videos of If I Were a Fish as recorded by Corook. Now, this was a song that went viral on TikTok in early 2023, and originally it was just a short little clip, and then later Corook made it into a longer full recording. Please support her and her work. She's been very, very joyous, and it's been fun to see even like elementary school choirs singing it. There is one word that this version does not have, so just be aware of that. That isn't necessarily always fitting for educational settings, but that does not appear in this video or the play-along videos as well of this song. Now, we're going to do this video. First of all, look at the chords you need for this song in the key of F on soprano, tenor, or concert ukulele. Then we'll take a look at the chords you need for the key of G on soprano, concert, tenor, ukulele. And then we'll take a look at the chords you need for baritone, DGBE ukulele. And after that, we'll take a look at strumming and at least one idea of what you can do to play along with this song. If you like the chords you see here, you can find the chord chart or tabs on my blog. It's at UkeStuff.info. And if you just look for the page that is chord chart or tabs, you can just find that PDF and download it. No fee for that at all. And if you want to support the work here on this channel, there are three things you can do. First of all, you can like the video. Second, you can subscribe to the channel. And third, you can always buy me a cup of coffee to say thank you for making this content at buymeacoffee.com/UkeStuff. All right, let's begin with the chords you need for soprano, concert, or tenor GCEA ukulele in the key of F. So I'll be using this instrument. This is my Blackbird Clara ukulele. It's a concert ukulele made out of ECOA, which is a renewable resource. Beautiful, wonderful ukulele to play. All right, the first chord you need is the F chord. Then you're going to need a B flat chord. Now, many ukulele players, especially younger ukulele players, not in terms of age, but in people, the length of time they played it, are afraid of the B flat chord. Do not be afraid of the B flat chord. The only way that you're going to get better at it is by practicing it. So here's your chance. What you're going to do is put your first finger across strings 1 and 2 right above the metal first fret and just pull against the fretboard. That'll give you a clear sound, and notice how close I am to the fret. And then add your second finger and third fingers to make the rest of that shape. And then add your thumb. If you're pulling against the fretboard, so you're holding your ukulele securely and pulling against the fretboard, it does not require much thumb pressure at all. I used to think you had to be like a vice to play those chords, and you don't. It's all about pulling against the fretboard and using your thumb. Now, just as a note, you may have an ukulele that isn't set up well, and the strings are way high. That's called high action, which can make bar chords or partial bar chords like that harder to play. There's a situation where you might want to get that looked at by a luthier or somebody that knows what they're doing with setup on your ukulele, so it makes your ukulele easier to play. But for many of us, it's just a matter of using leverage and pulling against the fretboard to make that easier. The next chord is a C chord. Then the D minor chord, it's just the F chord with an extra finger added. If you ever think about it, play your F, play your D minor. And then a G minor chord, you just got to be ready for it. First finger goes on the first string, first fret. Second finger goes on the third string, second fret. And third finger goes on the second string, third fret. And that's your G minor chord. All right, and those are all the chords you need to play If I Were a Fish in the key of F on soprano, concert, or tenor GCEA ukulele. Now let's talk about playing the song in the key of G on soprano, concert, or tenor GCEA ukulele. All right, so for the song, If I Were a Fish, for soprano, concert, or tenor ukulele in the key of G, there are 5 chords. The first is the G chord, then the C chord, then the D chord. Now you have a number of ways you can play the D chord. I always put my first finger at the top of the third string, second fret, and my other 2 fingers around it like a small G7 chord. But you can play it 1, 2, 3 in a row. You can play it 2, 3, 4 in a row. You can play it 2 fingers. You can play it 1 finger. That's where you have to kind of bend your finger and play it that way and avoid the first string when you're doing that. Just don't reach over with your thumb and play it that way, because you'll never get the quick movements that you need to play that chord. So D chord, lots of options. Kitty Deneur at One Music School has a video showing 7 ways to play it if you want to look at that topic even further. Then there's the E minor chord. I call this the waterfall chord. Always fun to teach my students. I teach K through 5 elementary music, and my 5th graders study ukulele. And when we get to E minor, it's so great just to be able at this point, they really have a good grasp of what's going on. And I can say, put your first finger on the first string, second fret, and just waterfall down. And they all just get it. It's wonderful. So I call this the waterfall chord, but that's the E minor chord. Some books will show that you have to have both strings 3 and 4 covered, but you don't. You can just leave string 4 open, and that works really well. And then the final chord is the A minor chord. And those are the 5 chords you need to play If I Were a Fish by Corook on soprano, concert, tenor, GCEA ukulele in the key of G. Now let's talk about baritone ukulele. All right, for baritone ukulele, I'll be using this instrument. This is my Tom concert ukulele. It's just a standard concert ukulele with a solid wood top. But what makes it special is it has baby baritone strings by Pepe Romero, which allows me to tune it like a baritone ukulele, yet still have the same spacing that I'm used to as I play concerts most of the time. My preferred scale is concert, although I play everything. Concert is where I'm happiest, so it's wonderful to have a baritone tuned ukulele in a concert size. On baritone DGBE ukulele, we're going to be playing in the key of G. And there are 5 chords you need to know. The first is the G chord, then the C chord, then the D chord, then the E minor chord, and then finally the A minor chord. And those are the 5 chords you need to play If I Were a Fish by Corook on baritone DGBE ukulele. Now let's talk about strumming. Now as it comes to strumming, one pattern is going to work almost all the time with one exception, and that's just going to be this. It's going down, down, and then what we call a chuck. And that's where you hit all 4 strings with your fingers and then you stop the sound with the palm of your hand. And it's just going to stop it in sound percussion. It's going to sound like this. Just like that. Now I do want to warn you, there is a very fast chord change. For example, on the words, why is everyone on the internet so mean, or why is everybody on the internet so mean? And it's going to move really quickly, so you've got to be ready for that. And those 3 chords change really quick. So in this case, it's D, C, D, C, G. Going back, C, D, C is really fast. If you can't play it, just skip one of the chords. But it's going to be like... And then you're getting right back into the strum, strum, chuck, strum, strum, chuck. And then if you look a little bit further, at the very end of the phrase, there's single strums like on an A minor, and a C, and a D, and then you're back to the... So just play along with it. Remember, it was originally done on guitar. It's going to have a very, very different sound. This is ukulele. You're missing a couple of strings from the original guitar, and you're never going to match that sound exactly with what Corook is doing in the recording. So just have fun with it. Make it work. Play with it. If you miss a chord here or those chord changes are too fast, it's okay. Let it go. Keep practicing it. Eventually, you'll get it, and just have fun with it. That's the main point. All right, so with those chords and with that strumming idea, that's all you need to do to play If I Were a Fish by Corook. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back soon with some more Uke stuff for you.